As you can see, we've made it into Liverpool, and on the right hand side is the iconic Live building. Right, this is a video about what to do when you get off the ship in Liverpool. Our plan is that we're going to go to the Cavern Club and also going to do the hop on, hop off bus. So let's see how it goes. Here we go. Right, we're off the ship. And there is the Live building. And we're just going to cross over and we will be in Liverpool. And the first thing you'll see is welcome to Liverpool. The city centre this way please. And again the landmark of the Live building. That's the landmark. And there is our ship out from the seas. And what you can do, it's a really good idea, is to grab a map.
Yes, I got one.
There we go. Thank you.
Liver building.
Jeremy, what's that? That's the Liver building,
That's
yeah?
the Liver building.
And we're going to go to the statue.
The statue's straight ahead past Prince Albert.
So-
Okay? That's the Liver.
So if you
That
jump off the
direction
ship, you have to go and have a photograph of the statue of the Beatles. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
So there you go.
And the shops are over there.
Over here, they board the Isle of Wight ferry with your car.
We haven't got a car, Jeremy.
Tonight, 9 o'clock.
So we're heading towards the Mersey ferry, which we're not going to jump on, because we're going to go to the statue.
Mersey ferry. Mersey. Cross the water, whatever.
That's the Mersey ferry on the right hand side. Just over there. So, Jeremy, that's the Beatles Museum, yeah? The museum.
There's actually three. There's three. There's the one run by Pete Best in the Cavern Club. There's this one, and there's one in town run by the council.
So, there we go. There's the Mersey ferries and the Museum of Liverpool, and we're heading
the ferry
towards
over there.
the statue.
The other side is Birkenhead.
And over there is Birkenhead. Where the full bit are. So
There are things you've got to know.
So there's the
They're
statue.
not life size. They're 8 foot tall.
They're giants.
They're 8 foot tall for some reason.
So just to the left of the Museum of Liverpool, you will find the statue of the Beatles. You've got to get a photo of them. So this is the statue of the Beatles.
Camera for the Linda connection.
Yeah. Yeah, get that.
Go around here, you'll see a belt
Which one's
kimono.
Ringo?
Ringo's the short one here.
Right, I want him. I want him.
Do you want him?
Ringo.
George for the Indian stuff. The Sanskrit writing.
Yeah,
They were shipping.
About how far is the Cavern Club from here then?
About a 15-minute walk through the town over there.
15-minute walk through the town, so it really is worth walking to the Cavern Club, having a drink at the Beatles Cavern Club, and then we're going to jump on the hop on, hop off bus.
That's right. Opening this up, they're redoing this, they're renovating it, the Western Railway area.
This is the
For
Albert
tourism.
Dock.
The Albert Dock's there.
Albert Dock is just there.
Albert Dock.
Ah. So another landmark. We can jump on a horse if you want to. That might help. And we're following Jeremy, and we're going to cross over this bridge. So ahead of us we've got the pump house. That's the pub now, is it? Pub.
Might be, yeah. But behind it is the Hilton John Lewis.
So you've got the Hilton and John Lewis behind. So here we are, the
Where's the
Albert
Colucci group?
Dock.
Billy Fury statue.
Billy Fury.
He died at 42 in 1983.
As you can see, some people have left some flowers, and there he is.
Museum of Slavery and another Beatles exhibition. There's 3 Beatles exhibitions in town. That's the Tate Liverpool. Down here is the Museum of Slavery.
So Jeremy, what are we going to do?
We're going to try and get the Magical Mystery Tour, or a Beatles tour, which drops us off at the Cavern at the end.
So the Magic Mystery Tour bus that Jeremy's talking about is over there. If not, have a ride on the carousel. Thank you. So this is the City Explorer Liverpool, and we're going to be doing the Beatles Explorer Tour, which is 1.5 hours, and it's hosted, and that's where you get your tickets from, yeah? Highly recommend it. So, let's get on. You're not coming with us, are you? No, you're not, no. But we are. Excellent. So exciting. Beatles Explorer.
Take over the back of the bus or the front?
Upstairs. Yay! Upstairs.
Go have a look, there's nothing rain for 9 of us. Are there 9 undercover bits?
No, they're all.
One of you can sit next to me if you want, you know, upstairs.
Yeah, I'll come in a minute.
A bit wet up there, isn't it?
It's a little bit wet.
Season's a bit. Can you hear me downstairs all right as well?
Yeah,
Can we hear?
Sound okay then. Well, welcome on board the Beatles Explorer bus. My name's Carlos and your driver's Hairloss, alright? Bigger than him, I can say what I want. Now we're going to take roughly an hour and a half to go all the way around. Bit of Beatles facts for you as we go around. A little bit about the history and have a little laugh as well. Now you will be getting off at Penny Lane and you will be getting off at Strawberry Field as well to go to the gates, alright? So you'll have time to get off and get a few pictures as we go around as well. Now them statues are actually just over 8 foot tall as well. And we've actually had people say to me, hey Carl, were the Beatles really that tall? And I've gone, no, they weren't really that tall. They've just been made to look like gods, which they were, wasn't he? If you go over and have a look at them statues, which were done by Andy Edwards, actually he sculpted them all as well. He's also just done the Bob Marley statue, which is on Jamaica Street. I'll point Jamaica Street out, but it's worth going around and have a look at the Bob Marley statue as well. But in 1957, when the Cavern Club opened, it was actually a jazz club it was, because it used to just be a fruit and veg seller. So when the jazz club was there, obviously it didn't have air conditioning back then. When you used to come out, you'd just stink of rotten veg. But I say, definitely worth going in the Cavern, and it's open till 2 o'clock in the morning. And there's always a live band on, and all the bands are better than half of the rubbish that's on the telly nowadays. So go down the Cavern Club, you'll have a great time. And if you don't want to meet a friend, you'll definitely meet a friend in the Cavern Club. You'll have a brilliant time down there. Also, next to Matthew Street, you've got Stanley Street, where you've got the Eleanor Rigby statue as well. Now, Tommy Steele actually did commission that, and he actually charged half a sixpence as well. So you can go and sit next door, next to Eleanor Rigby. Halfway down on the right, you have the Jacaranda. Go in the Jacaranda, go in the basement, you'll find paintings what the John Lennon done, and also Stuart Sutcliffe down there as well. And the lads actually used to play in the basement in the Jacaranda as well. Right one halfway down, that's where Ringo used to live down there with his mum. Now we lived there till he was 18 years of age, and his mum and his auntie used to work in this pub as well. Now you can see above the window it says Ringo's Star's first solo album Sentimental Journey appeared on the sleeve. Now in the window, the wooden part meant to be Ringo walking across Abbey Road, the zebra crossing, which is in London. Just before Love Me Do was released, they got rid of Pete. Now the reason why they got rid of him, they were actually in the recording studios and Pete couldn't get a certain beat with the drums, right? So it was George Martin said, right, we're going to get rid of him. And Brian Epstein said, no we're not, we'll actually use a sessions drummer for the recordings, and we'll use Pete for the live performances. And John and Paul said, no, we're not having this, because they were very jealous of Pete, because the girls used to look through John and Paul to look at Pete. So they said, right, no, we're getting shut of him. So that's why they got rid of him.
We are going to get a road.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll get him.
Penny Lane, the original song. Is there a signature there, is it?
Yeah, right there it is. That's where he signs it there.
That's Paul McCartney. That's Paul McCartney's
Correct,
signature.
yes.
Penny Lane. Okay, we are off the bus, and we're going to walk up to Strawberry Fields. Beatles Road is going to lead us to Strawberry Fields forever. So this is the gates, Strawberry Fields. Now, first of all, can you tell us about Strawberry Fields, please?
Yeah, Strawberry Fields was an old Gothic mansion, which was owned by the Salvation Army, and then it became a girls' orphanage as well. But now, obviously, they got some money pumped into it to regenerate it all. Also, Yoko Ono come back in 2003 and gave some money in as well. So now, that's why we've got the community centre, as you see today, which stood there And by next year, we're going to have strawberry picking at Strawberry Field as well.
Fantastic. And one of our questions, Carl, if you don't mind, can you tell me why people should do the Beatles Tour bus in Liverpool?
Basically just for history reasons, really, isn't it? I know they turned around and said that the Beatles wouldn't amount to anything, but look at this, over 50 years later, you know, we've got the crowd still coming up here to this day, you know, celebrating the lives and the careers of the Fab Four of what they've done as well. So, you know, come back, a bit of history, and love to come and see the lovely city that we actually live in.
And which parts do we visit with the Beatles? Which part?
We come to Strawberry Fields, we've been to Penny Lane, we go to Mendips, stop outside John Lennon's house where he lived with Aunt Mimi, and then we go by Forthland Road as well, where Paul also used to live as well.
Fantastic, thank you.
No problem.
Carlos, if you're going to go to the Cavern Club, any advice?
Yeah, make sure you get a nice alcoholic drink while you're in there, and when you come back out, cross over the road, you've also got the Cavern Pub, which has got loads of Beatle memorabilia in there as well.
And the Cavern Club's not the original, is it?
90% of it is the original. They've just had to turn some of it round, but because the old entrance used to be a little bit further down where the Scylla statue is. If you look above there, you'll see a plaque, and it says that this used to be the original entrance of the Cavern Club.
Cannot wait for a beer in there.
Good man.
Carlos, there's always two, isn't there? There's always two.
This is John Lennon's house. This is Mendips here on your left hand side. This is where they lived with his Aunt Mimi as well. Obviously they moved down to Poole and Dorset then, didn't they? They went to Sandbanks after they lived here. Now guys, we move up a little bit, you see the porchway there, that's where John and Paul used to sit in that porchway mirroring each other, because obviously Paul was left-handed as well, wasn't he? Over 40 songs were actually written in here by the Beatles as well.
Can I just ask, was it worth it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Can we get a discount
Thumbs up.
next time?
Thumbs up, yeah, definitely worth going on, isn't it? Yeah. So here we have the Hard Day's Night Hotel. I bet that rings a bell. And on the right hand side, we have Matthew Street. That's where we're heading. So this is Matthew Street. And you can see the Cavern pub, the Cavern restaurant.
John Lennon statue in Matthew Street. The Cavern on the right down here. Still there, yeah?
Here we are, the famous Cavern Club in Liverpool. Here we go, we are going to enter the world famous Cavern Club. Hey, wow. We're going down a few stairs. The Cavern Club. And the moment we walk in.
Again, it'll be just like starting over.
cannot tell you, sometimes you just have a magic moment, you do a magic trip, yeah? That was, I mean, the value, it's £5 to get in, they have live music, the drinks are cheap, and that's history. The Cavern Club in Liverpool, it really was one of those moments that you'll remember for the rest of your life.